Hello, everybody. I am Yolanda Marie. It's so good to finally be able to record again for you guys. Okay, I have a message from the Arcturians. They are saying right now, so the time we're in, okay, and I'm going to read from them to directly quote what they're saying for two reasons. Number one, it will be highly activational for many of you. This is a highly activational message, okay? Highly activating. It's going to activate memory, and it's also going to activate abilities, your innate ability to handle what is coming in via the code, via the frequency, and also the activity on the planet in general, okay? So what we are even trading with each other, the Arcturians are going to talk about that, okay? In terms of what we're creating, that's what this message is about. So right now, meaning the time that you are hearing or listening to this, as this will find you at the very time it is pertinent for you to understand. That's how the Arcturians have phrased this, okay? They're saying humanity at this time is in a flux state of creation. By this, here's what they mean. There is not one specific designated outcome. So I'm going to read that again. There is not one specific designated outcome as of yet, nor the same degree of weighted variables. Instead, you have entered a frequency state where you're able to design as you move through the quantum flux, okay? So you're able to design as you move through this flux with more awareness, with more determination, and again, with more of your abilities intact, everybody. And so they're saying this is a state where even as you tune only to self, and I am, again, reading very directly from the Arcturians. I've got my handy iPhone here, okay? Even as you tune only to self, you can more easily access and intuit the needs of the collective. Now, we've been talking about this a lot, you guys, okay? But the more expanded we become, and that includes the collective, the more this is true, especially and specifically if you are tuning through the heart frequency. You're going to hear this a lot, especially with current innovations on the planet. Okay, certain innovations and technologies on the planet need to come through a heart frequency, both from the creator, from the creative aspect, right? So individuals, but also where it comes from or what it travels through. So that's a different message. We're going to come back to that message as well, okay? So this is a state where even as you tune only to self, you can more easily intuit the needs of the collective. And so then you can allow certain creative components of your field to sync with the collective. That's what the Arcturians are getting at. So this malleable state makes it easier for you to really intuit what the collective needs. Now, because this state of flux, as they're calling it, is so malleable, it's going to apply to everybody, okay, whether or not they're moving through a heart frequency. So the Arcturians really want to press the point of using those abilities, use that intention and that heart frequency with awareness, because through that frequency, it's going to be much more powerful. So let me get back to quoting them so we don't miss anything, okay? But they're saying it does apply to all of you according to your strength of will, your intention, and your source energy connection. And so, of course, it's going to apply again to energies that have differing agendas that are not your agenda, okay? And what they're talking about is not individual humans who maybe aren't awake to what's going on. That's not what the Arcturians are talking about. They're speaking about an overarching energy that wants really to hang on to an old way of doing things, okay? Because maybe it doesn't realize it's ready to heal. So speaking from a broader perspective, we're going to put in those terms. Everything can heal, including whatever thing has an agenda to keep the planet in denser energy, whatever seeks to preserve the hierarchy. That can all also heal, come into wholeness, and expand itself, okay? It's all about intention and will. So it's very important for you to understand, I'm reading from the Arcturians again, okay? It's very important for you, us, to understand our inherent value. This is what the Arcturians are saying, okay? Our presence here and our intention is what matters. Now, I'll quote them the rest of the way. You are indeed set on a course to experience a vastly different level of wellness, okay? A vastly different level of joyful expression, spiritual clarity, and also heightened innovation. And so this is all driven by the heart frequency, you guys, and planet-wide equanimity, okay? All of the things that the Arcturians just mentioned. Again, it's driven through the heart frequency. So keep directing your passion through the heart. That's the point. Anytime you question, should I be thinking about this from my heart? That is exactly the time to move your thoughts and intention into that place, into your heart. So that is what the Arcturians really wanted to bring home, really wanted to talk about. We are in a very wide state of flux, okay? Wide meaning it can fluctuate very far in one direction or another, but it is at another heightened frequency, another level of frequency collectively, okay? So you're going to experience this differently, but it is extreme fluctuation. Okay, everybody. All right, I hope you're taking care of yourselves. We are still having wild solar activity. It is very much affecting the geomagnetic activity as well. So the Schumann resonance is really spiking. Your body is probably reacting to this at a different level at this point. Okay, now that doesn't necessarily mean bad. It could be good or bad. What are those terms, right? It could be a certain level of discomfort, or it can mean you just feel it differently. All right. So we may talk more about that, but I love you guys so much. Please continue to take care of yourselves, listen to your bodies, and move through your heart. I'll talk to you again very, very soon. Namaste.